Can you hear me okay? I want to encourage everyone to take their seats. We're going to start the program in about 5 minutes. Can you hear me okay?
Good evening. It's 5:27. We are going to start promptly at 5:30. But you got quiet so fast. We still have to wait till 5:30. All right, that time I meant it. Good evening, and thank you for joining us at this special meeting of the Santa Clara County Board of Supervisors. We will begin with a roll call.
Supervisor Arenas?
Here.
Supervisor Chavez?
Here.
Supervisor Simidian is absent. Supervisor Lee?
Present.
President Ellenberg?
I'm here.
Thank you. You have a quorum.
Good evening, everybody. You've all heard of the man who needs no introduction. I'm the man who gets no introduction. I'm Steve Ellenberg, related by marriage to our honoree. Thank you for joining us in person or online to witness the ceremonial swearing in of my wife, Susan, for her second term on the Board of Supervisors. And to hear her presentation of the 2023 State of Santa Clara County. Thank you to the Lincoln High School Chamber Orchestra, led by Director Jelani Cancer, for the wonderful performance to set the mood for tonight. The orchestra is an auditioned class for advanced students in 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. This evening's performance featured Peter Tchaikovsky's Waltz from The Sleeping Beauty, Bert Ligon's Bossa Rojo, and Bedřich Smetana's Themes from the Moldau. Hope I got those all right. We will begin this evening's program with a salute to the flag, and leading us in the pledge is College of Adaptive Arts student Paige Kowalski. You can come up. Let me tell you a little bit about Paige. She is a 24-year-old student who enjoys singing, dancing, cooking, and baking. Paige also likes to choreograph dances to her favorite Broadway songs and loves being active in her community. She volunteers as a peer leader with Young Life Capernaum in San Jose, and her big dream is to travel to New York City and see a Broadway musical. Welcome, Paige.
I'll ask that everybody please rise if you're able to say the Pledge of Allegiance with Paige.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Paige. Great work. We saluted the symbol of the United States of America, but it's important to call out that we stand on land that far predates identification, even as the state of California. In order to honor that history, I'm proud to invite Karina Luera Herrera and Gerardo Luera to offer a land acknowledgement to ground this evening's program with the respect it deserves. Please come up.
Thank you. As Chicanos from the Pueblo, Pame, Apache, and Wirarica First Nations, on behalf of all that we represent, it is an absolute honor and privilege to offer this ceremony of acknowledgement of the Muwekma Ohlone tribe of the San Francisco Bay Area, comprised of the First Nations of this region and whose unceded ancestral homelands we gather on today. As a showing of respect and solidarity in their ongoing efforts to reestablish their nation's federal recognition, I ask my husband, Gerardo Ixteo Loera, to offer a few words at this time.
Good evening, relatives. Good evening, relatives. Good evening, supervisors. Thank you, Supervisor Ellenberg, for making every effort to provide space for representation by our urban indigenous community. As a reminder that even in the face of the ongoing 500+ years of colonialism, termination, and efforts of erasure, that we are still here. Blessings to you and your constituents from District 4 as we embark on this new journey with you as the president of our Santa Clara County Board of Supervisors. Hey, get some love, some love. At this time, relatives, we're going to go ahead and honor these directions, starting with the eastern direction. We turn our attention to the east in honor of that from which each new day is born, a direction set aside for us to call on the essence of masculinity to be in harmony and balance with all things. We face the west, a direction set aside to honor the completion of our daily cycles, to dream and hope for our future and honor the feminine essence, creator of all things. We turn to the north, honoring our ancestors whose shoulders upon which we stand and have made it possible for us to be here today. We turn to the south, honoring the children and our future generations as we remember the reason why we do the work we do today and always. We turn our attention to the center above us, honoring the sun, the stars, the environment that surrounds us, and as we remember to steward this environment in a good way on behalf of ourselves and all that we represent. Corina makes a full circle here, honoring that which is below us, our Holy Mother Earth, honoring her unconditional love and generosity, that we might be able to manifest that same blessing in our everyday lives for ourselves and for all of those that we represent. We turn final direction here towards the center, a direction set aside in our traditions to remember ourselves. We burn medicine here, offering copal and this medicine to each and one of you to remember that in order for us to sustain the work that we do, that we take time for ourselves, honor ourselves, care for ourselves, and it's through that that we will have well-being. Thank you for your kind attention, relatives, as we honor these directions, reminding us we start all of our ceremonies, all of our activities with this type of ceremony to remind us that we are all related, regardless of where we're from. We are all dependent on resources equally, that each and one of us, our actions affect one another. So I ask us all to remember those things as we go about our lives, our journey, our work in this life. At this time, I ask you all to think about why it is that we're here today, what it is that's most meaningful to us, what it is that encourages us to do the work that we do each and every day as we sing this song in honor of those things. Yo we know we are not, yo we are not, yo we are not, hey no yo we know we are not, yo we are not, way nay. Yo we know we are not, yo we are not, hey nay, yo we know we are not, yo we are not, nay, yo we know we are not, yo we are not. Hey, nay, nay, yo, we know we are not, nay, yo, we are not, nay, yo, we know we are not, nay, yo, we are not. Hey, nay, nay, yo, we know we are not, nay, yo, we are not, nay, yo, Ometeo, thank you.
Thank you, Corina and Gerardo, for literally grounding us in where we are in this world and reminding us of the tremendous responsibility we have to right the wrongs of our past and work collaboratively toward a peaceful, inclusive society that treats every human being with dignity. I'm Zach Ellenberg, Susan and Steve's son, and it is my privilege to share a poem with you selected by my mom for this occasion. This is New Day's Lyric by Amanda Gorman. May this be the day we come together. Mourning, we come to mend. Withered, we come to weather. Torn, we come to tend. Battered, we come to better. Tethered by this year of yearning, we are learning that though we weren't ready for this, we have been readied by it. We steadily vow that no matter how we are weighed down, we must always pave a way forward. This hope is our door, our portal. Even if we never get back to normal, someday we can venture beyond it, to leave the known and take the first steps. So let us not return to what was normal, but reach toward what is next. What was cursed, we will cure. What was plagued, we will prove pure. Where we tend to argue, we will try to agree. Those fortunes we forswore, now the future we foresee. Where we weren't aware, we're now awake. Those moments we missed are now these moments we make. The moments we meet and our hearts, once altogether beaten, now altogether beat. Come, look up with kindness yet, for even solace can be sourced from sorrow. We remember, not just for the sake of yesterday, but to take on tomorrow. We heed this old spirit in a new day's lyric. In our hearts, we hear it. For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne. Be bold, sang time this year. Be bold, sang time. For when you honor yesterday, tomorrow ye will find. Know what we fought need not be forgot, nor for none. It defines us, binds us as one. Come over, join this day just begun. For wherever we come together, we will forever overcome.
everyone. My name is Ruth Ferguson, and I'm Susan and Steve's daughter-in-law. We stood at this podium 4 years ago when Susan was sworn into this office for the first time. Over the past 4 years, I saw her work pretty near constantly to make a better life for residents of this county. I watched as she leaned into issues that became more and more important to her, like criminal justice reform and treatment for people suffering from mental illness and substance abuse disorders. I knew she loved children, but learned from her how publicly funded childcare actually transforms the economic health of communities. I listened when she was criticized, as did she, and felt for her when people were cruel. But I was so proud when she responded with compassion to thoughtfully and responsibly explain why she made the decisions she did and took the votes she did. She chatted with neighbors at her monthly office hours at farmers markets and waved from convertibles in parades. But I know the most important part of this job for her has been to be useful and impactful, to try to actually improve the systems that are responsible for the care of those with the greatest need. It is so exciting to be standing here again today, looking backward and forward simultaneously, and I couldn't be prouder. It is our task this evening to offer an invocation. So I will say that it is my wish that the spirit of service that Susan embodies inspires every one of us to consider the work we are doing each day to repair our world and bring about a more just future. We might consider how, in the coming year, we could do just a little bit more. In the Jewish tradition, we often look to the words of Rabbi Tarfon, immortalized in Pirkei Avot 2:21, the sayings of our ancestors, who says, "It is not your responsibility to finish the work of perfecting the world, but neither are you free to desist from it." What I hear is that it's incumbent on every one of us to strive to do the best we can, to do our part the best we can. It is now my honor to introduce Judge Erica Yu, who has served in the County of Santa Clara Superior Court since 2001. Judge Yu is a member of the California Access to Justice Commission and co-chairs the Commission's Racial Justice and Intersectionality Committee. Judge Yu is also a co-chair of Governor Newsom's California Judicial Mentor Program. Judge Yu has received a number of awards for her community service and awards for her work as a judge, including Outstanding Jurist of the Year in 2016 from the Santa Clara County Bar Association and the 2017 Distinguished Service Award from the Judicial Council. She will perform a ceremonial swearing in for the 2023 President of the Board of Supervisors, Susan Ellenberg.
Just like to say it's such an honor for me to be here to swear you in. I've known your husband and your daughters and now your son and you for some time, and I'm just so proud to be here. So thank you. And I've followed your support of children and families, your commitment to transparency and accountability. So thank you so much for allowing me to do this. Thank you. If you could please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Susan Ellenberg,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the State of California
the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this oath freely
that I take this oath freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Judge Yu. It was my honor and a very, very meaningful ceremony to have you do that for me. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who is here tonight, filling the chambers, the breezeway outside, and even the adjacent auditorium. I am feeling the love. Thank you to everyone watching remotely. Thank you to all of the elected officials, my colleagues who are here tonight. I know Tuesdays are hard. It means a lot to me to see you here. I'd like to invite all of the elected officials, current and past, in the room to please stand so we can recognize you and offer a well-earned round of applause. I want to offer special and additional shout out to the women who are the former Santa Clara County supervisors, Blanca Alvarado, Becky Morgan, Diane McKenna, Zoe Lofgren, and Liz Niss for doing the hard work to break through those ceilings and pave the way for women like Supervisors Chavez, Arenas, and myself. Thank you to the many county employees who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make tonight's program possible and accessible. And thank you to all county employees, many of whom work around the clock, for your daily service to keep our community healthy, safe, and prosperous. Thank you to our county leadership, Dr. Jeff Smith, James Williams, and Greta Hansen for keeping us on track and on mission across agency. I'm sure you noticed that's not James Williams, who is being ably represented tonight by our Assistant County Counsel, Tony Lopresti, as he waits for the COVID test to turn negative. Thank you to my magnificent D4 team for getting us here tonight, and to the D2 and D3 teams of my colleagues, Vice President Lee and Supervisor Chavez. Thank you for your continued partnership and your support to prepare the state of the county this evening. And lastly, thank you to my wonderful family for all you do to support me and the work that's so important to us all. This wave is to my spectacular daughters, Molly and Nava, who have tuned in from Washington, D.C. And to anyone else whom I may have missed, please know that I am grateful to you as well. Now let's get going. My theme for this year's State of the County is Building Together. This spoke to me because, as many of you know, this is not only my first year as board president, but also the first year of my second term in office. And so much that I've been able to accomplish has been not only due to the support of county administration, but significantly, the partnership of my colleagues, our community stakeholders, and countless partner organizations. More on that a little later. So, let's be clear. The challenges that we face are not unique to Santa Clara County. Homelessness and affordable housing, mental health and crisis supports, public safety and restorative justice, and yes, access to affordable, quality childcare. While not unique, the challenges are daunting. Most took decades to become the juggernauts that they are today. All of these challenges touch the lives of every resident in our county. But I am not feeling defeated, and you shouldn't either. Because together, we can find solutions that not only alleviate these challenges, but also uplift our communities, all of you, so all will feel better supported and be better positioned to thrive in Santa Clara County. Together, we can build the future. Our county has a track record for facing our challenges head-on, and our collective success has built a solid foundation. In the face of uncertainty, and as the globe worked to understand a new virus amongst us, Our county conducted arguably the most robust and successful response to COVID-19 in the country. Thank you. But while we were responding to COVID and keeping our community as safe and whole as possible in uncharted territory, we accomplished much other work over the same period of time. Under the leadership of former Supervisor Dave Cortese and Supervisor Cindy Chavez, we declared racism a public health crisis. We established the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Belonging in the CEO's office. Supervisor Simidian and I championed the establishment of the Race Health Disparities Community Board to guide focused action in reducing health disparities and improving quality of care for all our residents. Supervisor Chavez championed the creation of our new Office of Disability Affairs to ensure equitable access to our programs and resources. She and I worked together to establish the Office of Children and Families Policy to better center these populations in everything we do. A year ago, Vice President Lee and I championed the declaration of mental health and substance use disorders as a public health crisis, and I am proud to see our county expand investments to add beds, address critical workforce shortages, and increase access to services, including launching one of the most robust community mobile crisis systems in the U.S. in conjunction with the national rollout of 988, and expanding the School Linked Services Initiative to all school districts in Santa Clara County, and increasing investment in on-campus health services, screenings, and crisis response teams, and much more that you will hear about shortly. This county is serious about the work and about results. In order to continue to build upon these successes, we must have the public's trust, your trust. We must do what we say, invest in what's needed, and do so in lockstep with each other. Finger-pointing and excuses will only erode this trust. I know this, and you know this. The politics of division are simply not going to work. In fact, they are a substantial factor in our not fully meeting the challenges we face with actual sustainable solutions. We cannot do this alone. Cities need the county. The county needs the cities. And that same symbiotic need applies to our community organizations, our labor partners, school districts and special districts, neighborhood associations, small and large businesses, and residents. We need each other. We all play a crucial role in solving the immense challenges that lie before us. In order to earn and keep your trust and deliver the exceptional service to our community that is our core responsibility, I know the county must offer three things: transparency, accessibility, and accountability. A long-standing goal of mine has been to bring increased transparency to the county budget each cycle and introduce new policies and expectations for administration to incorporate into their practice. As the adage goes, we are what we invest in. So far, those efforts have brought our county things like a budget user guide and comprehensive debt information and bond rating details, including each department's base budget, along with information about programs in each and positions added and deleted. I am also proud of the creation of the first Santa Clara County Children's Budget to clearly lay out how and where we are investing in programs, services, resources, and infrastructure for children and their families. Based on the 2022-2023 adopted budget, the county will spend $1.09 billion on programs for children, youth, and families in this fiscal year. And year over year, spending for the children's budget increased by 3.5% in fiscal 22-23, the equivalent of more than $40 million in additional funding, all of which is critical to better serve the approximately 411,000 children under the age of 18, or about 20% of our total population, who call this county home. Accessibility was never more important than when we shut down and began to conduct our lives remotely. And when we returned to in-person meetings just this past month, the board meetings were offered for the first time ever in a hybrid format. After hearing from residents that they wanted additional meetings to be offered in that format as well, I am happy to report that starting in February, we will extend the hybrid meeting model to all 5 board policy committees, as well as the full board meetings. Please join me in recognizing. You're going to want to do that again in just a second, because I want you to join me in recognizing our county clerks for their never-ending pursuit of new and creative ways to keep up with the demands of the day. Last on the trust building list, but certainly not least, accountability. I want to know when I fall short. I want to know when I, my office, and our county can do better. I invite all of you to participate in the business of making this county work for everyone by attending a Board of Supervisors or policy committee meeting, offering public comment, or sending a letter supporting or opposing policies and programs that are up for discussion and votes. Call our offices, email us, tell us what's important to you, to your neighborhoods, to your communities. Tell us whether we're getting it right or if you think we're off base, and then work with us to do better. Homelessness is undoubtedly top of mind for nearly every resident in our county. The impact on residents experiencing that circumstance, as well as on housed residents going about their days, is real. Last year, was that you, Jen? Last year, Supervisor Chavez and I launched the Heading Home campaign to house families with very young children and pregnant people. In the first year of the campaign, more than 500 families were connected to housing, and the time from referral to housing declined from 45 days to 11 days. As of October 2022, the program has housed 937 children and their families, and we're not done. Over the next few years, we will be working with partners to continue to house families who are experiencing homelessness and prevent others from falling into that circumstance. Through emergency housing vouchers, rapid rehousing, and homelessness prevention strategies, we are working to ensure that we meet our goal to achieve functional zero by 2025. This means that the number of housing placements for families will be greater than the number of families who become homeless. While the Heading Home campaign is a significant program, it's only a part of our effort to end homelessness in Santa Clara County. The 2020-2025 Community Plan to End Homelessness identifies the strategies that are needed to address homelessness across our county. We can improve the quality of life for our unsheltered residents and create healthy and safe neighborhoods for all by addressing the root causes of homelessness through system infrastructure and policy changes, supporting our partners in the work to build out solutions at every part of the continuum, from emergency shelters to interim options to permanent housing, and of course, dramatically expanding homelessness prevention efforts. Every community begins with a child and that child's ability to thrive. This school year is the first academic year where all children have access to school meals. I'm going to say that again. This school year is the first academic year where all children have access to school meals. California is the first in the nation to make this commitment to universal school breakfast and lunch as a critical strategy for reducing child hunger, improving learning at school, and promoting equity and community on campus. Our county advocated for this investment in our children to build on a proposal for a local universal meals program submitted prior to the pandemic by myself and Supervisor Simidian. State Senator Nancy Skinner took our proposed pilot and put it on steroids. So not just the children of Santa Clara County, but those across the state would have access to this very basic need, right? And in the last few months, the county has launched new service models to integrate developmental and social-emotional screening into well-child visits for kids 0 to 5 and to support their parents and caregivers. Healthy babies depend on healthy parents. As of January, these service models are now being expanded to our community clinic partners, school health clinics, and the Bay Area Community Health through partnerships with the county, UCSF, and First 5. And earlier this month, the county's Pediatric Developmental Specialty Center, which has been years in development and a priority of Supervisor Chavez's and mine, opened. The Pediatric Development Specialty Center is located adjacent to O'Connor Hospital and will be a critical resource for diagnosis and support for children with developmental delays, complex behavioral and learning challenges, and their families. Embedded supports, I'll stop. Embedded supports with community partners, schools, and social support organizations have been integrated into this new model of care to wrap supports around children and their families. And now, the tough work, the good work, continues. And I'm going to call on some others to be my partners to accomplish what we need to better the lives of our residents. Vice President Otto Lee. I hope to continue the work we've done over the last year in supporting the vital expansion of our mental health and substance use disorder treatment services, programs, workforce, and facilities. The county is committed to increasing and coordinating our advocacy to the state and federal governments to support continued investments in a coordinated system of behavioral health services, including investments in the workforce and infrastructure that are foundational to being able to provide services. County staff set an ambitious goal of adding 500 beds to our behavioral health system of care by 2025, and I hope you'll continue to work with me on getting us to this metric of success.
Absolutely, yes.
To date, I'm not done with you. To date, approximately 40 beds have been added through contracts, many more have been funded through actions by the board, and nearly 50 are expected to open in the next few months. Pressing forward on this goal is critical for the 500 discussed beds and another 100 or so long-term residential treatment beds that are in the planning pipeline as I speak. In support of these goals, county staff has secured roughly $100 million in grant funds through the state and are leveraging new resources that are available through Medi-Cal and CalAIM. Mental health and substance use disorder issues need to be addressed in tandem from a treatment lens, not through a punitive approach. Last June, the board approved the expansion of substance use treatment beds that will increase capacity for another 700 people a year to access detox services and begin the process of recovery. And within the next few months, Santa Clara County will launch contingency management therapy as part of a statewide pilot, which is one of the very few evidence-based therapies for methamphetamine and stimulant abuse. These are great steps, but there is so much more that we can do. I'd like to see the following as our stretch goal: that anyone ready to start their recovery can access care and begin that process of recovery the day they ask for help. This would entail expansion of same-day or walk-in clinics for medication-assisted treatment services, adding more beds for higher-level detox care for patients with the most complex needs, and adding more medical staff certified in addiction medicine to support the intertwined health and recovery needs of patients across our hospitals and clinics. Supervisor Lee, you still with me?
Absolutely, yes.
Supervisor Cindy Chavez. Right? You have been an important and deeply valued mentor to me over my first term, and I expect that strong relationship will continue. At our priority setting session a couple of weeks ago, you raised the importance of the optimal performance required of all of our departments if we are to provide always excellent service to residents, be and remain an employer of choice, and maximize the value of every dollar for which we are fiduciaries. We must hold ourselves and our contracted partners accountable for the responsible use of public dollars, and we must look at our internal systems and support our workforce where they need modernization, increased efficiencies, flexibility, and greater nimbleness. I appreciate your deep understanding of the business of the county and would welcome your partnership in making sure this organization works for everyone. Are you with me? Thank you. And Supervisor Sylvia Arenas, my newest colleague, I am so delighted you have joined the board, and I look forward to many years of strong collaboration, particularly around our shared passion for the well-being of children and families. I am pleased to share today that, consistent with previous board direction, I'm expecting the administration and our Office of Children and Families Policy to bring to the second board meeting in February a proposal to invest upwards of $30 million from the county's ARPA allocation in further expansion of school-based behavioral health supports, deeper investment in early childhood education workforce, and significant resources to maintain and expand the child care infrastructure. For those of you who may not understand what Supervisor Arenas and I know so well, childcare is not simply an individual parent's challenge. It is a community-wide concern, and funding it as such will serve the public good. Early investments in childhood and childcare are anti-poverty, pro-employment, and transform the economic, social, and communal well-being landscape. By contrast, I don't mean to be tricking you. By contrast, when affordable, high-quality childcare is unavailable, local economies are suppressed, there is less consumer spending, lower professional productivity, and greater poverty, all of which lead to those later social challenges that I mentioned earlier this evening. Early investments pay off in every conceivable direction, and quality, publicly funded childcare is one of those investments. Supervisor Arenas, I'm thinking that we can look closely, first at county facilities and then beyond, to identify spaces that could be used as child care facilities. We can work with the business community to build their understanding and support that they are direct beneficiaries of publicly funded child care. We can do this and so much more. Supervisor Arenas, are you with me? She paused there. I was a little nervous. This has all been vetted by County Council. Supervisor Simidian couldn't join us this evening, but I'm looking forward to working with him to see that the Child and Adolescent Psychiatric Facility / Behavioral Health Services Center, on which he has led, gets built and opens its doors as swiftly as possible. Joe has been a constant advocate for youth mental health and well-being, and I am grateful to have him as a colleague. To our local nonprofit organizations that provide critical care and services deep in our communities, to the owners of small and large businesses that drive our economy, to the labor movement that consistently champions working families, and to the community activists, neighborhood association leaders, and folks who just want to do good. We need all of you. We can accomplish so much if we build together. It is a blessing. It is a blessing, sorry, do I stop and smile? It is a blessing beyond measure to be in this role. I have a job where I get to show up every day and work with others who share this commitment to public service, to repairing our world, and to alleviating injustice. I am filled with energy and gratitude. So let me conclude with this public service announcement. Join us. Join the organization that I would argue does more good for the residents of Santa Clara County than any other single entity. The county currently has more than 3,000 job openings in various departments, right? We are looking for passionate people who want to make better lives for themselves, their families, their friends, and their communities. So choose a life of public service, consider applying, work with us, and let's build together. Thank you.
Okay, now we get to the part of the program where Susan and her staff become very nervous. Steve is permitted to offer very brief, unscripted comment. My favorite part. Let me just say a couple of things. First, it's so great to see Susan sworn in by one of my favorite jurists, Erica Yu. I not only had the pleasure of trying a case in front of Judge Yu, but observing her on the bench, and I can tell you there are a lot of great judges in our county, but I don't think there are any that come with the perspective of what and how can I bring justice to the people in front of me. And it was just a pleasure to appear in front of you, and I hope you're back at civil trials sometime soon. Susan is amazing. She's amazing. And we're now approaching our Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 33 years of marriage, tall basketball player. And I can tell you just from the moment I've met her and had the opportunity to observe her in action, no one that I've ever known gets things accomplished so diligently as Susan. If she sets her mind to doing something, it will get done. And the county is just in such great hands with that diligence and that commitment to justice. I could not be prouder, and I could not be more just super proud. Super proud, and we're just in great shape. We are in great shape. Okay, now I can see the staff is like, all right, that's enough, Steve. So our program will close this evening. Now I'm turning to the scripted part. Our program will close this evening with a multicultural musical and dance performance by Mosaic America. They will uplift us in cultural beauty and then lead us out of the chambers into the breezeway where they will perform further. You are also invited to enjoy the refreshments catered by Zanato's Market, a D4 and Ellenberg family favorite, and no one's allowed to leave until all the food is gone. And take one last look at the student art display curated by Art House, the County Office of Education and Alternative Education Department, and SV Creates. Enjoy the evening, and please get home safely, and we look forward to seeing you outside.
are adjourned.